Okay, guys. Good week of prep for our team. Got a chance to get out and handle the elements a little bit today, and no matter what those things are on Sunday, our team will be ready to attack a heck of a challenge. First NFC North game of the year on the road. Team coming off of a really good performance with some extra prep time. So our guys got to be locked in and ready to go. We know the type of challenge it's going to be, but we've had a really good week of prep to kind of help us get us there. Just give you guys an update. As far as game status goes, more than likely the only player with a tag will be Kane, and he'll be questionable. We'll talk a little bit, at what point we'll be bringing him back on the roster. We'll have some conversations about that, but more than likely will not be for this week. But as far as Addison, Evans, Seen, and Davenport, all had full participation today and should be good to go.
The heavier cleats, or is that just up to them what they do?
Yeah, no, we that's why one of the reasons we wanted to get out there today. A lot of guys put those 7 studs on today. Some guys that didn't, they can gauge how they felt. But ultimately, we want to make sure we're proactively out in front of, that decision if we, if those types of elements present themselves.
Did you guys do that last year before going on? I remember it became an issue at Lambeau, but did you have them practice in 7 studs before any of those?
Yeah, we did, and they all kind of, they kind of had the ability to go out in warm-ups and test them, and, the surface may have, changed a little bit as the day went on there, but it's just something. Ask the veterans, the leadership, Mike Parson and his group do a great job informing those guys, and then ultimately you want the players to be at their best and mentally ready to go, feeling good. But I think having great footing, regardless, the best footing you can, regardless of the conditions, is very important.
Kevin, it feels like the national perception is that at 1-4, it's time to look toward next year. Have you had to deal with that perception with your staff or your players? Have you had to tamp that down at all?
No, we have not. It's been, kind of a back-to-work mentality with a mindset on, regardless of the circumstances, respond, do your job one snap at a time. All the things that, we do regardless of the results previously. It's about our process to prepare for the games. It's about us staying true to doing the things we need to do to take on the challenges, every week in this league. But first division opponent in the, in the NFC North on the road, our team's locked in, and we have not had any kind of talk or feelings or anything about that whatsoever.
What is your view of Justin Fields, just maybe watching him recently compared to earlier in the season?
Yeah, I think, clearly I think he's a tremendously improved player from a standpoint of playing quarterback. That was all over the tape against the Commanders last Thursday. I think DJ Moore's been a huge addition to their team. There's not very many. It's a short list of receivers in this league who are playing at the level that he's playing at. He's been a huge impact for them. They still have Kmet. They still have Mooney. They're going to, get the run game going. Justin's going to be a part of that. So it's a challenge to defend this group. What I think is a really good group of skill players around a quarterback that's very, very dynamic. We saw that last year at US Bank, where I think they had a screen called and he tucked it and ran, and there was a penalty that brought it back. But you could see it right there in multiple plays just like that all over the tape. But he is, he's attacking all levels of the field. I think they're doing a good job with their passing game and putting it together in a way where they've got playmakers to, all over the field, distribute the field and let him read it out and make some plays also with his legs. So it's a challenge.
This is a big opportunity for Jordan Addison, given that Justin Jefferson's out.
Yeah, I think our whole group. I mean, Justin is a very, very significant player in our offense and really has been just about, give or take, a couple snaps since I've been here. So we view it as an opportunity for all of us, for our players, whether it's Jordan, KJ, Brendan Powell, TJ, Josh, Johnny Munt, our running backs being a part of things, still staying true to who we want to be running the football, and making sure that some of the good things we've done over the last few weeks carry over and continue to progress and build. And then on us as coaches, how are we putting the plan together to give all those guys opportunities to make plays when their number's called and I think Kirk just running the show, knowing that regardless of the looks, maybe we're not going to see some of the just-in coverages that we've seen, but we still have to execute, read things out in rhythm, give them good protection, and move the football and score.
With Brandon Powell, Wes was talking yesterday about it was pretty immediate right away, this training camp, that he was going to be a player for you guys.
Yeah.
Just knowing him from LA and what you've seen so far, did any of this surprise you?
Does not surprise me. I've always really looked at Brandon as a guy that can do a lot of things at a really, really high level on the football field. Incredibly reliable as our punt returner, and that kind of carries over to how he plays offense. He's dynamic in the run game, not being the biggest guy. He might be one of the better blocking, slot receivers I've seen that I've coached, and then his impact of kind of elite quickness and transition, and kind of how that works for some of the positions and roles in our offense, and then anytime you get a chance to get the ball in your punt returner's hands, like we did, we got him on a jet sweep last week for a nice close to 10-yard gain. It's just a matter of how we want to, how he fits in with KJ, with Jordan, maybe in some of those bigger groupings, but Brandon will have a significant role for us.
Kevin, fourth down successes have played a big role this year. I guess, what is it like, the communication on the sideline, getting it into Kirk and the whole operation when you do decide that you're going to go for it?
Yeah, Ryan from up top will, him and I meet before the game and kind of talk about where those areas of the field are where I might be more aggressive. Maybe it's being more aggressive instead of a longer field goal opportunity. Maybe it's just the momentum of the game. There's been a couple of those where I've just decided that it's a critical moment. Maybe we didn't get off to the best of starts with an early turnover or whatever it was, and I'll put it on our guys and our group to execute in that moment and try to earn a new set of downs, because we've talked about this, how powerful that is for our offense when we can get that set of downs and trigger all the things we want to do that inevitably should mean moving the football and having a chance to score. But every situation is its own unique, whether we're going to attempt to go for it with our offense out on the field or a kicking game play. We're always going to be prepared for the moment, and then I just try to go with what I think's best for the team. And the guys have executed in those moments, though, for sure.
Sense then probably a third down, like, this is where I'm going to go for it. Do you have to communicate that
Yeah,
to the
no,
special
not
teams?
I think Kirk needs to know. If I view it as a 4-down mentality, may help with his decision making to, if it's a 3rd and 9 and we're kind of in that area. I'd love him to be aggressive and try to get it if there's a progression there that's there, but maybe more so than trying to force it. Maybe just putting the ball in play, checking it down, using his legs, and getting it to that more manageable number. So then our whole playbook's at our disposal, including kind of the rest of our situational plan that we've kind of practiced, and then we can just rely on the execution in that moment. But yeah, it's the communication from me to him. Not necessarily, I don't know, too many times to the huddle, because what I just want is execution of the play that we're calling. But then, the mindset of, if we don't get that, you'll normally see me making sure everybody knows immediately that we're going for it. No wasting time with guys coming to the sideline, then going back out, using as much of the clock as we can.
With the wet conditions possibly Sunday, did you guys do anything today to kind of work on, when ball security has been such an emphasis? Is there anything you can do when it's wet outside to drill that?
Yeah, we did all of our teamwork out there. We did some different ball security emphasis. The defense was going at the ball, on both sides really, and it's simply if your technique and fundamentals are strong from a standpoint of the 5 points of pressure, offhand cover in traffic, making sure we go to the ground and get back up with the ball, all those things should be carrying over. Then there's the element of the quarterback center exchange, pitching and catching, making sure that we can operate. And I've always thought this, Kirk, is I remember some games we had together in Washington that were about as bad as it gets from a standpoint of rain or wind or anything else, and he's always handled it really well. I don't know if that's just growing up in Michigan, or what his background at Michigan State, whatever it was. But he's always handled it well in my mind, and that allows the guys, the receivers, our eligibles, to really be able to work catching the football, because they're getting catchable balls throughout practice and feeling what it's going to feel like in a game if the scenario played out like that.
Thanks, everyone.
Thanks, guys.